Hey guys, this is Tiffany Moore. So, for all my teacher friends out there, I know that a lot of people asked me to make some recordings on Lumio. So, here it goes. To get to your Lumio, you're going to pull up ClassLink. Once you have logged in, you guys can literally at the search bar up here just type in Lumio, Lumio, and click on the link. As you notice, I have it pinned to my favorites. I use it daily. If you do not have it here, make sure you click Open App Library. And of course, you can go to Employee Apps and you can type in Lumio. And I know it's not showing for me, and that's only because I've already downloaded it. It should automatically be there. So in my Dodia Educated Library, if you don't have it under Employee Apps, make sure that you pull it up there as well. So like I said, Lumio is already there for me. I love it. Definitely recommend it. So anyways, once you click on that little doodad, it will take you to this page. And if you notice at the top, it asks in purple, "Are you a teacher?" You're going to click that link. And guys, it's already paid for through Dodia. As you can tell, mine auto logged me in. You just sign in with your Google account. So, your first dot last name at student.dodea.edu. That's what you sign in with. It'll populate you up to Lumio. And of course, again, I've been using mine forever and a day. It goes way back, like way past 2025. And you can go all the way through all your files to old files, whatever you need to do. It can really go back. This is just since I've been with Dodea, just going back further and further and further. But I use this in the public school that I worked at too. I paid for it every year. It was like $50 or $55. It wasn't much. So it was a great tool to have. So I definitely recommend it. You can either create your own, which, like I said, when you go to your library there, if you notice it has new. So you can create your own Lumio from scratch. You can import PDFs or PowerPoints, whatever, from your computer or even your Google Drive. I know some of us like to use Adobe Express. I do for my slides. And then as you notice, I download them as a PDF and import them in. Sometimes we like to use our Google Drives, whatever the case may be, you can. This is what I like here. You can do a shared library. And as you notice, I don't have anything here. But when multiple of us start getting on, we can start adding each other in and we can share libraries amongst ourselves. So it's pretty neat. Of course, that has a little crown there. So we'd have to upgrade. And I don't think Dodea wants to do that, but it is a possibility, just putting it out there. This is the one I really like, is my Lumio library. So Lumio Library is where you can come up for anything. So if you decide you want to start doing morning meetings with your kiddos during seminar, or you like choice boards, again, it has a ton of stuff. But I like this because if you notice here, you can check grade level. So I can go up, I can go to grade 6, 7, and 8 if that's what I choose. Of course, we don't have 8 here, but I can do 5, 6, and 7. I can come over here to subjects. You notice there's math, there's ELA, there's science, there's social studies, art, English as a second language, foreign languages. They're all over the place, guys. Music, special ed. So it's not exclusive to just your 4 subjects, right? Of course, I'm a science teacher, but we do throw in math and ELA, so why not? And if I don't want to like search for a specific resource, I can just hit search just with that. And anything that they have that's already pre-made or somebody else has made will literally pop up here. So you see they have a smartboard Jeopardy. They have an attendance tracker where kids can come up and when they walk in the door, they can move the bird to the tree and that lets the teacher know that they're there. Easy way to take attendance, right? Interactive graphs, hundreds charts with counters. I mean, there's tons of stuff. Base 10 blocks, a lot of math stuff. I'm going to be very honest. There will probably be more math stuff on Lumio than there is any other subject. So for my math peeps, there you go. And you're talking, there's only 12 items on here, but there's 316 pages, guys. So it's not like it's just a few things. And even if you look over here to the left, there's even more filters that you can do. So again, you can search for a resource. You can go to a standard and select a standard set, Common Core, National Health Education, NGSS is on here, state standards is on here. They've got so many guys. Okay. Even locations. So, of course, this one's set to all. If you want to specifically just the United States, you can. And again, it'll take it and it'll knock it down to just your area. It went from 316 to 219 pages. So there's a lot of filters that you can really use on here. And it's just kind of at your own, your own leisure. I'm going to go back to all locations just because I like looking at everybody's stuff. You find cool things that way, right? But what I really like is you can click on these little libraries here. So I'll look at the unit fractions on a number line. And of course, it takes a minute to load, but once it does, you notice here there's a bar at the bottom. You can click on each one so you can see exactly what they have on each of their slides. Game-based learning, big ideas, let's get started, quick review. So they have a quick review to start them off. They even have a video, YouTube video that's linked already in there. And it keeps going and going and going. My favorite part personally, and it's just because I love tech, is I love the game options. So there's practice options. Then you have your games here, different games. And there's more games even. So depends on what all you like. And again, this may not be the one you like. You may say there's too many games there, or there's not enough. Or you may like the layout on that and you want to add more. So let's just do this. I'm going to select this one and I'm going to show you how it works. Okay. So I'm going to save it to my library. It's importing. And again, I'm at home. I'm not on Dodea's Wi-Fi. So sorry. Live out in the rule. Okay. You notice how it says edit file? So if you're like, okay, that's not everything, I want to add more to it, you can edit file. Or if you're like, no, I like it just how it is, let me look at it, let me run it for my class, you hit start new. I like it how it is. We're going to start new. Okay. This is what I like here. So you can start a new one for my middle school teachers. Y'all know we have multiple classes here. So I can do a new one of these for each class. I can title it how I want. I can say this is for my first period if that's what I want to do. Personally, I don't, and I'll show you why in just a moment. I leave it be. If I plan on doing it, say tomorrow, I may change this date and I may change it to the 22nd and hit OK. Okay. And this is what I like. When you start it, it automatically tells your students how to get on. Now, I don't send my students here. If they go to their class link, Lumio is in their class link. My students use this on a daily basis. So when another teacher in another subject's like, hey, I'm going to try it, the kids automatically knew where to go. Okay. So they can go to class link, click the Lumio, sign in with Google just like you did, but as a student, of course. And here's the cool thing. You see this lovely class ID right here for number 2? Mine is 445883. That will always be your class ID. Always. Okay. So once they type that in the first time, after that, they just select your name, however you've set up your account. All right. My 4-year-old tried to bombard me at once. Sorry. So anyways, once you have your kiddos get in, I click the X. I'm done. I've started my Lumio slide, right? I even like to put it in full screen mode. So here we go. I'm going to put it full screen. And I project this onto my TV. Here's what I like, guys. Say you're in the middle of this and you have some kids that get through with notes faster or whatever the case is. Right now, I'm in teacher-led mode, which means when my kids are in, right here, it says lesson pacing. You see where it says teacher right there? What that means is all the kids that are in, I'm on my first slide. They are on their first slide. They do not have the option to move to slide number 2 or skip to slide number 5. They have to work with me now. So the biggest thing you've got to do now is make sure that they are on their laptop and they're not sitting here moving the mouse or in their keyboard or whatever the case may be. They're locked in. What I have a lot of students do, I have them put it in tablet mode. They'll flip their computer around. It's now in tablet mode. You stuck, man. So if you touching that screen, I know you playing with something other than Lumio. Okay. I love teacher mode. But say you have it to where you're midway through and you've got kids finishing up notes, and the next slide, they're working on their own. They're doing the review game. You can go up here in the middle of your lesson, click on this pacing, and change it over to student. Okay. It's wonderful. So don't think that you have to always stay in teacher mode. You can put it into student mode, and then your kids will get that nice little white button at the bottom of that slide and they can move to the next slide. But back to teacher mode. I like this because if I decide I want to write a little memo or whatever, I can click my little writing utensil. I can change my color. I'm a pink person, so I can go to bright pink, click on my pink, and I can doodle all over. Okay. But say I'm done doodling and I don't want my next class to see this. Remember how I said you could make a lesson for every class? I don't like doing that. It's very time consuming. So I much rather prefer to click this little refresh button right here. It'll say reset page. I hit reset and boom, bam, it's gone. Okay. So it's nice to have that option there. All right. So anyways, I'm going to move along. My objective comes up. Okay, game-based learning. So it tells you that this game includes access to Monsters versus Fractions. It's a free game-based. And you can even click on this website if you want to learn more information about it. So again, it has all this stuff. It's wonderful. And I'll be honest, if you want to delete that slide, you can come up here to your bars, click edit session. When you're here, you can literally click the three dots and delete page. Okay. So again, pause this, go back as many times as you need to, have fun with it. Needless to say, I'm going to move on. All right. So quick review. So let's make 2 slices. How many equal segments can we count? So again, when you cut the pizza twice, they should be able to count each equal segment and be able to tell you that with 2 cuts across the pizza, you have 4 slices. Well, say this is where you want to be like, okay, I don't want to have to write here. I want the kids to show me their review. If you noticed earlier when I clicked on this little person icon and I told you could change it from teacher to student, you notice how it says convert this page to an activity? You can make this an individual handout where they have to start the handout. And if you notice right here to the right, it will list every student that's in your class or previous classes. And you notice how these have little green check marks? That means your student has done the work and they have hit done. They have submitted it. They're done. Okay? You can make this a group workspace where when all your students are logged in, you can say, I want 4 groups made, and Lumio will make your groups for you. Okay? Or you can even make it a whole class whiteboard. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't like whole class whiteboard. Here's why. Everybody writes on the same screen. It doesn't work out well when it comes to 6th graders. Love them, but it doesn't. But to each his own. If you like it, use it. I'm usually an individual handout or a group workspace. So say I want them to show me what they know. I'm going to do an individual handout. Okay. Again, when you have students log in, you'll be able to see their work. So I'm going to make another video and I'm going to show you how the individual handout works. I'm going to log in with my other laptop, log into this Lumio session while it's running, and I'll show you what as a teacher you should be able to see. All right. So hang tight for another video after this one.